Hello, everyone. Before I begin this episode of Real Talk, a couple things I actually wanted to say. Number one, the recording device I usually use for the video game plays and stuff like that has been on the fritz. I apologize for not making any videos. Just my XSplit's been acting all funny. So sometime in the future, I'm going to get the full version of XSplit. The license that's unlimited, whatever it's called. Another thing, I'm going to try my best to try to make videos stagnantly, kind of try to be on recording schedule. I'm not sure yet. College has been back and forth. A lot of things on my mind today, and a lot of bullshit's been happening. So, sorry for not making any videos. Sorry for staying out of the shadows for a while. So, unfortunately, what happened, it's life. Speaking of, this is just the second episode of Real Talk. And this one's kind of interesting because I'm going to try to at least get the gaming connection into it. So, this is also not going to be a video that's going to affect anyone else's channel. Please don't bring the hate bus on me. This is only a video just because of my thoughts. Like I said, the whole reason for Real Talk is because of my thoughts. I want to be able to open my own opinion to certain things, events, current events, something like that. Sometimes IRL things. So, I want to give the real scoop to people. So, with that said, let's begin the episode. What am I even talking about? This one's actually because I've been watching a couple of videos from Game Theory, Treesicle, and being a game enthusiast with the horror genre, it's kind of stagnant. Once again, I forgot to do the intro politely, but trust me, this is only a video that's just being hastily made. It may take me a while because this is going to be a long video. Sorry. I know I do long videos. Work with me here. This one's going to be a little bit long, hopefully. Not sure yet. So, what am I talking about? I'm talking about the Five Nights at Freddy's games. What about them? I decided this time I was going to tackle on the lore because I kind of found things in Discrepencies with Scott Cawthon's. It's not really Scott Cawthon himself. It's more of the people that are making the theories, Matt, Pat, Treesicle. Here's the thing. You guys got the right thing. You've just been looking at it at the wrong angle. And I know I'm saying it with, like, seriousness kind of thing, chill. It's been pretty chill here, but I'm just saying you may have found it wrong. You've missed one thing. And what is that one thing? We're about to find out what or who is Michael Afton, as I've been hearing about. Because I've only played up to 5 a little bit, or the sister location, but I've seen game footage of Markiplier, any other gamer that's done the whole simulator game, and then the custom night that just came out, like, not so long ago. But I thought, you know what? I've noticed the discrepancies from videos that they've kind of gotten the idea of who Michael Afton is, but they don't have the right person. Who is Michael Afton? Everyone keeps saying the crying child's Michael Afton. I don't think it could be Michael Afton, honestly. Because the only reason why I would say that in FNAF 4, he died. Yes, spoilers for anyone that was going to play the game, sorry. A lot of spoilers are going to be happening here. But yes, the crying child dies in FNAF 4. Why? If you get bitten by an animatronic going this way, you're dead. Skull and crossbones, you're dead. Literally bones. Bad jokes aside. Then, if it's not the crying child, who is it? Once again, we missed one detail. What if, and this is my hypothesis, and anyone can think about it too, what if the real Michael Afton, and I'm going to put this on DeviantArt too, just to explain it better, but what if Michael Afton was the guy, or the teenager, in the Foxy mask from FNAF 4? Heads rolling now. Why? What's my proof? What's the things that could connect to this in the games? There's actually a couple details. One, If you notice from like FNAF 5 and also the recent one, you'll notice like person watching television, watching that soap opera thingy that involves a vampire, which is pretty weird. And like we can connect that guy was just like from the 5th game, that he was watching TV. And if you see on the 6th one, the new one, spoilers for anyone that's been playing these games, once again spoilers, you notice that there's a guy sitting on the couch or the love seat or whatever you call it, watching TV. Think about this here. You've got people sitting on couches watching TV, eating popcorn, and if they're seeing again this game, then you've missed a minor detail. There's a discrepancy here. That has to be Michael Afton. Now, number 2, this one's coming from the game theory video, similar to him looking at the proof in the survival guide, which was interesting to know that the survival guides become a key point. You're probably wondering what's this got to do with Michael Afton in general. One thing I did notice in there, in each one, I'm not sure if anyone caught it, but the name, when it says Mike, is actually scratched off, like almost like a slash. So I began thinking, you know what? What if he was trying to reject the name Michael Afton and try to come up with these other aliases? Like, Fritz Schmidt, Michael Schmidt, or Mike Schmidt. I don't know if there was a check in Five Nights at Freddy's 3. I would have to replay that one. But the reason why I want to say that this has to be Michael Afton, because he's not the bite victim from the 4th game, nor is he the bite victim in the 2nd game. We've already configured that the 2nd one was Jeremy Fitzgerald. So what happened to Michael Afton? I have a possibility that in the 5th game, and this is in Night 5, if anyone's played it, we are encountered to the scooping room. What if Michael Afton got scooped, stuffed with an animatronic? Then, I also will put these 2 side-by-side pictures, but also I've noticed in both the 4th game and the 5th game, you notice that there's one person walking out of Afton's house that has the same height as the teenager with the Foxy mask. So I kind of thought, you know what if that's Michael Afton? What if that's really Michael Afton that whole time? And not the crying child like we all suspected it was going to be. What if the guy with the Foxy mask has been scaring his own brother? What if that's Michael Afton? Now, this can also explain what could be in the box, too, but I'm not too positive on that. What if that was going to be the contract or some sort of negotiation of ownership between William Afton and Michael Afton? Because when we look at the ending of FNAF 4, when he puts his own brother onto the animatronic's jaw, and it closes it, and he stops laughing, and he just stares at it like... I want to say that could be the reason why he was trying to either, A, forget his own heritage of being an Afton that wanted to murder kids and stuff like that, or he's trying to become like his father. Basically, he would continue on his father's legacy in the Fredbear Entertainment, or at least what he was trying to do for each of the games, like 1, 2, 3, 5, and this one, the 6th one. I wouldn't say Custom Night because I don't think Custom Night would fit into the lore, because I don't think Custom Night truly fits into anything. I would have to look at it. I would have to see where it would lead to. I haven't played the games in a while, but all I know is that the lore's a messy hodgepodge of things that aren't correct. But to stay positive, what if Michael Afton was truly the guy that got scooped? Not bitten, but scooped. From the ending of FNAF 5. Well, I would say it's a bad ending, but it's truly the lore ending. because throughout the custom nights of the sister location game, you do see a guy walking around happily. It's not the origin of the purple guy, because I want to say the purple guy's origins is a mix hodgepodge of him killing the kids. The first one being the puppet, which was a shock for me. I didn't even know the puppet was one person that was left out in the rain. That was an interesting one. I'll give props to Matt Pat on that. Hey, I gave you a thumbs up for the first time. But Michael Afton as not the crying child. I mean, like, we may have missed that detail as that wrinkle that we've kind of missed. Plus the fact that, yeah, maybe there is a way that the crying child could be the kid that got bit. But once again, like, are you sure that's what truly Scott Cawthon wants? Or is it a misleading point that we haven't looked at? Because if Michael Afton's truly forgetting who he wants to be, or he once was, because of what's happened from the fourth game, then that could really, like, be a shock if that's the reason why Michael Afton wanted to forget his father's business, or seek the truth and figure out why his father was doing what he's done, or he wants to try to continue the business his father wanted. Because the keys are clearly there. Like, there's a lot of evidence that could be that. Especially when it came down to the last section of the fifth game, if he did all the 20 modes on that. Because there's no one else that would be an Afton that's old enough. If you think about each game, the crying child would have gone up into the teenager status, but not as a man status. So I would wonder if that teenager from the fourth game, that one single detail, is the reason why that could be Michael Afton. Or these other aliases like Fritz Schmidt, Mike Schmidt, and all these other characters that we missed. I mean, it could be a strong theory. It's a possibility. It's a hypothesis. It has proof, is what I'm saying. It's that small little detail that we can forget so easily. But then there's so few of them that actually can look back and say, you know what, I don't think it's truly this thing. But that's the same time with opinion. It could also be one thing, it could also be another. So I'm basically saying is, if it's not the crying child, then it has to be the guy or the teenager in the foxy mask. Because in some parts there are supporting evidences to that. And I can only say that that's the only conclusion I really got, that the truth is Michael Afton, the teen that murdered his brother, is either escaping the torment of what he's done to his own brother, stuffing or basically shoving his head into Golden Freddy's mouth, or Fredbear, whatever you call him. He's trying to get rid of that, or forget everything that happened. But despite all of that, he's cursed. The similar curse that his father's gotten, because he killed his own brother. And it's not just killing 5 kids over 5 kids each location. It's killing his own family. That's the disturbing part. What if he's responsible for that? And now he's trying to either move on, find a way to move on by forgetting everything, or seeking the truth in his own father's laboratory from the 5th game. And why he's trying to figure out what is going on. Why, even this little detail, Baby said that she didn't recognize him. Yet, it even said with his own perspective that they said that they didn't recognize him, but both of them knew they were similar characteristics to William Afton himself. Or, again, the third option, what if he's trying to continue his father's legacy? In other words, making animatronics, killing the kids, stuffing them into animatronic suits, the whole 9 yards. Once again, this is my own take on the entire thing. It's a possibility, it's a hypothesis, it could work. because there's multiple reasons why that could be Michael Afton instead of the crying child. And it's pretty dark to consider that that could be the reason why. But in the end, it's like mind-boggling to look at all these games and literally just think about them for 1 minute. Then to realize you've missed one detail, and then all of a sudden you just gotta go back and figure out where you went wrong. But if you sat down and took the time, look at all the things that's happened in the current events of the game, starting from the first kill to the second kill, the third to the fourth, and the whole yards of when the FNAF business was going, you start to notice the details. And I thought for 1 minute, you know what? If it's not the crying child, then it has to be someone else that's related to the Afton family. So it's the possibility that the guy in the Foxy mask from the fourth game that scared his brother constantly, called him a crybaby, that could have been Michael Afton. He could have been responsible for his own brother's death. The reason why we saw all those flowers, the ivy, the alarm clock, which sounds like a dying flatline. Those are reasons why that's a possibility of that being Michael Afton himself. And the motivation's also clear too. From the fifth game, we even see it on the board when it comes up with the typing panel that glitches. It's possible that Michael Afton may have part in the Afton business because he may have seen what his father's work was. He could have been the second hand man and also, or first hand, right hand man, whoever. He could have been the one to take the reins of the business and actually continue it. Or he could have been searching for the truth. Why is his father doing what he's doing? So now that begs the question. Is this really Michael Afton? Was it the crying child? Absolutely not for my case. But I'm still saying it's a possibility that Michael Afton could have been the guy in the foxy mask that scares his brother, that put him in the animatronic mouth. Could have killed his own brother and now lives cursed with the same curse his father has. And that could be the truth. That Michael Afton was a killer himself, but now either wants to escape the torment or continue the business or seek the truth to actually finally redeem himself. Which is the same reason that we could have seen him make the choice of actually not getting out of the building from the sixth game, if he didn't think about that. He didn't want to go through the misery of living on his life, knowing that he could be a murderer like his father. He could have just wanted to burn with his own family, to rest in peace forever, and to never come back. I want everyone to think about that, and actually put that in perspective for almost the time being. Because it's heavy to think about this, like going through the entire timeline once again and literally looking back and see where we got wrong. But it's just opinion based. I just want to say that it's a possibility that that's the Michael Afton we all missed. And if I'm actually close, I would actually like to know if I am close. So if you guys actually have thoughts on who Michael Afton actually could be, I want to actually hear you out in the comments section below. Because I think, honestly, we were close. We were all really close. And if it's possible, it would be nice to see if that's the correct answer. What if that was truly Michael Afton instead of the crying child? So that's how I'm going to let this one go. I'm going to let everyone think about what I just said. So once again, thank you guys for watching. If you enjoyed it, give this video a like if you actually liked it. Favorite if you like to. Once again, comment down below. I actually want to hear you out. Think, who is Michael Afton? Is it possible that I'm close? Is it possible I'm not? Give me suggestions on what you think is the truth. Once again, if you haven't done it before, subscribe. I mean, once again, if you didn't listen to the announcements before, I'm having an issue with the X split, so give me time. It's all good. No worries. So maybe I might do more Real Talk videos in the future, especially this coming week. Who knows? We'll see. Alright, everyone. I want you to think about what I said. Give me your suggestions, or at least let me know what you have to say about this whole thing, because I'm curious myself. So yeah, people, thank you guys for watching. It's been Official Pwn Shimmer here. Piracy is illegal, people. Don't ever do it. That's my PSA for the day. Sorry, Thunderblue, we ran out of time for you. Yeah, wish we had time for you, buddy. Alright, people. Have a good night. Signing off. Official Pwn Shimmer here.